I'm standing out here in front of the notorious Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, California. It's former home of the Night Stalker Richard Ramirez. There's been mysterious disappearances and plenty of documented paranormal activity. I figure might as well go ahead and knock out some Halloween Lego sets since it's just a couple weeks before Halloween. I'm Jim with wolfofbricks. Now let's get it. Good afternoon, everybody. Time for another wolfofbricks update. Once again, I am Jim, and this is where we talk about Lego investing and reselling. So here's the thing, man. Let me tell you, I've been thinking about doing a video on Halloween sets for the longest time. There was recently a set that had, I think it might have been a gift with purchase, and then they went ahead and they sold it, where last year there was like this bat in this mansion, and we're going to be talking about that set. It's like a mini set, right? And I looked at that, I was like, man, that looks so much like a good set. I wonder, you know, how the Halloween theme slash genre is doing. Well, today's the day, and I'm very excited. And the thing about it is, right, I've noticed, and I know I'm not the only one here, right, that has seen fall and the Halloween season expand, and there's a lot more activities, right? You know, people are going to the pumpkin patches a lot more than they ever have. Halloween, you know, and just fall itself seems to be a real seasonal event. You see people on TikTok decorating their houses in fall and all this other stuff. Apple picking has become quite a thing in recent years. I, for my first time, went apple picking 2 weeks ago, and let me tell you, I would rather spend a month in Toledo Air Force Base in Iraq in August than do apple picking. I'm just not the apple picking kind of guy, but a lot of people out there go ahead and do it. So right now is a good time, in my opinion, to really start to put your nose into the Halloween theme, lean in a little bit, and see what's going on, because I really think in the next couple of years, it's going to get even better. So now's, you know, one of those times if you wanted to get in, I don't want to call it on the ground floor, but with everybody spending more and more money during the fall and autumn season, you know, there really is a lot of opportunity here. So we're going to go ahead and dive into it. So I have a few sets. I didn't want, you know, I've said in the past, you've heard of death by PowerPoint. Well, I don't want to do death by camel, right? So I have a few sets here, but I have even more sets on the Microsoft Excel afterwards. And my eBay folks, this is going to be a good Excel spreadsheet that you're going to want to check out. So stick around for that. But first up, we have just a Lego Holiday Halloween Hunt. And this has been out, I want to say this came out in 2016. And when you go to camel, I mean, look at this. This isn't necessarily a chart that I'm going to be doing jumping jacks over, but it's pretty close, right? It is slow and steady. And here's the thing, if you would have got this set at a discount, you would have been able to have quite a bit return on investment a few years ago. Now so it did actually come out in 2017, so that's 4 years ago. But, you know, if you sold it much sooner than 4 years ago, you're still making a handy profit. So that is a pretty good and impressive chart. This right here, I'm a fan of the Halloween theme, but whenever I saw this, I said, you know what? I'm not the biggest fan of this set. It just seems a little bit too generic, right? And sure enough, when I went to camel, now this does look a little bit like a broken chart, but this did retail for $9.99, I believe, and the Excel will go ahead and show us that. So you do have a decent return on investment. You don't necessarily have the best return on investment, which is why it's always a good idea to play the field, right? You know, you just don't want to go in and put your MasterCard down and buy all of one thing, right? You want to play the field. So this is something that if you would have played the field, you would have benefited from, because all the other sets would have done relatively better, which would have, of course, increased your return on investment. Now this one right here, when I saw this, I was like, this is a pretty cool one. I could see this doing well. And keep in mind, this is a Brickheads one too. So it's not just a Halloween theme, but it's also a Brickheads theme. So when you go to camel, now this chart does look a little bit broken, but again, you can see that this is going for $36, and I believe this went for maybe $9.99, $12. So you do have a pretty good return on investment. And the final one is the Halloween Hayride building set. Really good looking set. I really like the small sets, and I've said this probably hundreds of times. I don't like the larger sets when it comes to investing or building. I just like the small sets. I think the small sets are pretty cool, and you could put them, you know, on your mantle or wherever, and it's pretty cool. And when you go out to Camel, you can see it's really not that bad. I mean, this set came out last year, and I mean, it's doing pretty good. It's at $38, $39 teetering right there. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty big win. Now we will go to the Excel, and I did list quite a few other sets because I didn't want to, of course, do Death by Camel. But look at these return on investments, everybody. I mean, you have you have the Holiday Halloween Hunt, 660% ROI. Of course, this set has been around for 4 years, and you could have flipped it a lot sooner and maybe got 300% return on investment. eBay, 300%, folks. When was the last time you saw 300% return on investment on eBay? And you can just go down the list. I'm just going to pick out some winners. This one right here, 280% return on investment. This was just released this year, my friends. I got all of the information, of course, from Brickset. And I mean, I don't want to say it's a no-brainer, but it's pretty good. The Halloween Spider and Haunted House set, the one that I was talking about, one of my favorite ones, 350% return on investment. Now let's talk about this right here. This is the Brickhead's Frankenstein, right? You can still get this set. This set is a set that is slated to retire at the end of this year, according to Brickset. So you should technically be able to go ahead and pick it up right now. So, you know, a lot of good things coming down from the Halloween sets that Lego has put out. And I wanted to concentrate on the smaller sets, right? There is, of course, the Haunted House, and I did a review on that on another YouTube channel, of course. But, you know, when it comes to the smaller sets, I am a huge fan of it when it comes to the investing and the building. That's it, my friends. Once again, I'm Jim from Wolf of Bricks. Always go out there and get it.